Good morning, everyone. This is Sakis Paraskevo bringing you the morning comment for the 4th of December. The highlight of the day will be the European Central Bank policy meeting, the final rate setting of 2014. Many governing council members speaking recently signaled that the bank will probably take time to assess the impact of stimulus measures announced in the recent month before considering new policies. At the press conference following the decision, the ECB President Draghi will probably maintain his dovish stance in order to keep the markets confident that the ECB will do what it takes to raise inflation and inflation expectations as fast as possible. The two contingencies in which the ECB will act is the deterioration of the inflation outlook and the inability to reach the balance sheet expansion towards 2012 level, assumed the current measures. Another interesting point of this meeting will be the ECB staff forecast, which will include the first estimation of inflation for 2017. If those are still below target, it will be hard for the ECB to avoid taking more steps in the near future. With this in mind, we are not expecting any new measures at today's meeting, and we believe the Council will wait until after the second TLTRO results are available on the 11th of December before considering on new policies. Overnight, Australia's trade deficit narrowed in October, while retail sales accelerated for the same month. Although both data exceeded expectations, they were not enough to reverse the negative sentiment towards the Australian dollar. Aussie USD jumped at these economic releases, but the bears found a renewed selling opportunity and pushed the rate below 0.84 line. I expect weakening fundamentals following the soft GDP figures on Wednesday to weigh on the currency, and if the bears prove strong enough, we could see the pair testing the 0.83 level in the near future. On Wednesday, once again the US ADP report indicated job growth over 200,000 and the US ISM non-manufacturing index moved further into its expansionary territory, staying marginally below its almost 9-year peak in June. The ADP report suggests that the Friday's non-farm payroll figure may come in over 200,000 for the 10th consecutive month, although there is a lot of variation between the ADP and the NFP reports. The strong data suggests that the US recovery is on a stable path. The Bank of Canada kept its main interest rate unchanged at its final rate decision of the year. The policy statement showed a bit more optimistic stance about the country's recovery, suggesting that the output gap, a key measure of the spare capacity in the economy, is smaller than it was estimated 2 months ago. This raised the prospect of a rate hike in the next year. On the other hand, the lower oil prices are an additional downside risk to the longer-term outlook for economic growth and inflation and could leave the Canadian dollar vulnerable. As for today's events, besides the ECB, the Bank of England means to decide on its policy rate. The bank is unlikely to change policy, and therefore the impact on the market should be minimal as usual. The minutes of the meeting, however, should make interesting reading when they are released on 17th of December. In the US, we get the initial jobless claims for the week ended November 29th. In Canada, the IV PMI for November is forecast to increase from the previous month, adding to the positive data coming out from the country. Despite the string of positive data, I will repeat that the loonie remains exposed mainly due to the falling oil prices. As for the speakers, in addition to the ECB President Draghi, we have 3 more speakers on Thursday's agenda: Riggs Bank Governor Stephen Evans, Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester, and Fed Governor Lyle Brainard speak. For more information, including technical analysis, please read the full comment on IronFX.com, and also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Sakis Paraskevo, fundamental analyst at IronFX Global, wishing you solid trading.